Okay. Connect to each pager and copy Ember 2's message to the screen data. Then activate all the pagers at exactly the same time by writing a value to each page register in the same cycle. A list of phone numbers for the pagers is available in file 301. They all start with the same 6 digits at the start. This one looks tedious. Cool. So I think what I want to do is I want to have one EXA making copies of the message and taking them with him. And another EXA then another EXA dialing the numbers. Okay, so the dialer picks up 302. No, 301. Then moves 800, and then just starts dialing, I guess? Does it not move? I haven't done this in a while. Does it really not move? Link. It's Link. It's gonna be getting them all to time at the same time that's the tricky part. Link 800. So this is a game where you control these little robots with a really simple assembly language. Are you talking about when I said it was a simple assembly language, or did I use the word simple some other way? Because I don't think there's anything simple about this game. I need to turn this game down. It's way too loud, right? Well, what I was more meaning is that they don't offer you a ton of features in the assembly language. So I need to copy the file, the data from the file, which is F, to dial. So if I just do this, my X is gonna die and drop the file, which it needs to not do. It dialed all the numbers. How does dialing work again? Modem control at the... hacker skills. Modem control at the direct level. 18. Oh, you have to hang up the register. Okay. Okay. Didn't they give me a new tool, a replication method? To repeat a bit of text. I haven't looked at this zine in months. At rep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's the same number of numbers in every file. Okay, so I can dial the numbers just fine, but I'm trying to keep my size relatively low. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Copy 11 into T. And then at the end of this, sub T1T. What is it? Sub I. And then it's T jump back to P, and then what is it? Drop? Not drop. It's how do you destroy a file? Wipe. Why is this not working? Shouldn't T-jump just be checking the contents of the T register? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why did I put 10 here? What does that mean? I might be able to clean this up a little bit, we'll see. But for right now, this is doing all the dialing I need. So this is taking how many cycles? The connection is open on cycle 14 and 15. And then it's open on cycles 28 and 29. So it's multiples of 14. It's multiples of 14. Okay. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to split. I need it to split into two. So REPL carrier. And then what's it going to do? It's going to go into a loop 8 times. Copy 8 into T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9 messages, right? So as long as I don't do more than 5 extraneous things, I should be able to copy all this data in. Is the message always the same length? That one's 12. I mean, I can buy myself some time at the beginning if I really need to. I really just don't want to. Okay, so copy 8 into T. No, I can't do it that way. Copy 8 into X. I gotta do more. Oh, shit. Just test EOFs here. I'm not sure how to achieve what I'm trying to do here as fast as I can. I need to make a full copy of this file as quickly as possible. Is the last thing on every line a question mark? Is question mark always the last thing on... Can I exploit that? Seems like question mark's always the last thing. So if it were possible for me to detect the question mark, I know I've hit the end. Can I exploit that in some way? I guess I could have this guy just come back and kill. I don't have to do this properly. I can just do link -1 and kill. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It takes me something like 14 cycles. So what's the plan here? I'm trying to figure out how to make a copy of the file as efficiently as possible so I can get them onto the pagers correctly. Once they're on the pagers, it theoretically shouldn't be hard to get them all to fire at the same time. I just need them to have an internal timer. I can write extra code for the internal timer. That part I'm less worried about. Oops, didn't mean to hit that button. Just trying to envision what's the absolute fastest way to copy this file. It's got to be EXA to EXA communication. That's the only way I can think to copy this file as quickly as possible. But that's going to take 3 cycles per word. So a message that's 12 words long is 36 cycles. That's so long. Alright, well let me write a working solution first, and then I'll worry about an optimal solution. The last one doesn't even have to be a copy. The last one can just be the last EXA going and doing it themselves, right? That actually might be the smart way to do this, right? Because the code for another EXA carrying a file shouldn't be any different than this guy carrying a file. So I theoretically need to make 1 fewer copy because the carrier can just go? Well, the carrier's gonna start with some copy code, right? So I'll need him to jump to a different mark, but I think otherwise I can make that work. Alright, so mark send loop. Now what? Now what? How am I going to test that I found the character I need? I essentially just want to know if it's equal to... keywords have to be in registers, if I'm not mistaken. And I have to get it from somewhere. Okay. So that's definitely one of my problems, is that I would have to read this question mark from somewhere. I can't just embed it in my code. So I'm not going to get any better than just test EOF. So we go back to the beginning of the file, copy F into M, that's our communication register, test EOF, and F jump back to send loop, otherwise T into X. No, that's not a good way to do this. Just keep it in X right there. Otherwise, sub I X1 into T. T jump. No, F jump. Ugh, F jump to go send. I don't know. I'll have to make a mark for it. Then copy T into X and jump to make next. All right. Well, that's a fucking mess of code. That's a really tight send loop too, which is good. It means it takes 3 cycles to send that data. Though the copy method, I think, is 2 cycles on its own, so that's 4 cycles. God, it's getting... oh, it's so not good. Carrier... mark carrier, make file? What is it called? Just make. Okay, so make. I've got a file in hand. Then mark receive loop. Copy M into F. Test. MRD. Is that going to be too fast? That's going to be too fast. F, no, T jump back to receive loop. Otherwise, go send can go, let's see, link 800. This is going to be the part where the timing is going to be absolutely crucial to get right. Link 800. There's going to be some amount of no-ops in here. I don't know of a more efficient way to send data, one file to another. Is making the files the most efficient way, or is sending... It's gotta be more efficient, right? I have no idea how to, aside from just adding some no-ops here. It's already made it through the first 3 phone numbers entirely before I even get the first file out. He comes back and kills, and that's where I get stuck. Okay. This is so slow. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like it's just the same 3 messages, and the shortest one is 9 words. So I could send just 9 words straight out, and then go into the send loop. That would tighten it up a little bit. A little bit. Is there a faster way to make a copy of a file? That's the part I'm struggling with, is there's gotta be a better way to make copies of files that I'm just not seeing. Something less obvious, perhaps. I mean, to make this loop, in order to create this loop, I have to... Maybe I can improve this part slightly. Copy M to T. And then copy T to F. And then test. Hold on. I think I have a bad idea. So I start out with the first word already in the T register, which does save me a little bit of time. Can I have both of these responsible for making EXA copies? Maybe that's the trick. Maybe the first one copies an EXA whose responsibility is just to take it into the next room and make copies as fast as it can. Maybe that's what I need to be doing. Is there some sort of hybrid option here where I make EXA copies that know their own phone number and the message they're supposed to send? Is that what's happening here? That sucks if so. That doesn't sound good at all. And they just run into the next room and dial the phone number and go? Oh, because this dial loop is like so fast. If I just make this a normal ass loop, I think that'll give me the time I need. It's just getting everything to line up that's the tricky part now. So the first, let's see, the first EXA opens at 35 and stays open till 38. Then 73 until 76. Then 111 till 114. $149 till 152. Meanwhile, the first EXA with a message is going out at 44 and is trying to make the jump at 45 and dies. Then 87 and tries to jump at 88. So the timing's just a little off. Oops, need to stop hitting backspace. Okay, so I mean, I have most of the pieces here I need. each of these files contains the right message, right? Just arriving at the wrong time. For a quick solution, one that just works, I can just pad this one out. So again, the gate opens at .37 and closes at 41. So 37 to 41 is when it's open. Next time it's open is 75 until 79. And just for completeness, let's do one more. Next time it's open is 113 to 117. So it's open for five cycles. And the cycles are .38 apart. So my first EXA that's trying to make the jump is arriving at 44 and tries to make the jump at 45. 45 is the first jump. This one tries to make the jump at 88. So that's 43 in between. So for this to work, all I really need is for this guy to pause for 5 no-ops at the beginning. Actually, it's only 4 no-ops at the beginning. And then to add 5 no-ops. Actually, I think if I just add 5 no-ops in one place, it'll be fine. I can do it right here, I think. And that seemed to have worked mostly. I had some issue with the last copier being in the wrong spot. What's happening that last time? Okay, I don't like doing it this way. I don't like this. Changes the offset by 1 cycle, I think. Yeah. Seek -9999 to go back to the beginning of the file. Copy F to data. Okay, so in a perfect world, the page message would be sent at what time? Cycle 367. So on cycle 367, everyone needs to write something to the page page file. So 41 cycles. So basically, I just need, I need them to stall based on their X value. I've made sure that each one of them has an X value that indicates, like, how long they need to stall for, but I need to actually do the math to figure out how long that really is. So 367 is the number I'm using as my reference point. I'm going to do a little bit of real quick ugly math. .73 is when the first one hits that line. What's the actual distance between them, though? .115. So 73 to 115 is 42. So I need to stall for exactly 42 cycles. Times whatever line they're on. Which is really, if I have a relatively tight loop, that's really 21. Leave no trace. That's the part I missed. But I didn't take into account different message lengths. Right. Ugh. I didn't take into account different message lengths. How do I account for that? The first test run only has 9 words. That's going to be the shortest one. This one's 12. That's worse. That's worse. That's a worse number. Might be able to do this in a more elegant way, right? This guy's listening globally. He could just test MRD. That wouldn't be hard to do, right? And as this guy's walking through, so this guy's just gonna hold it open until this guy comes in. Might actually be more efficient. I don't know. So this 21 is dependent on the message length as well. I mean, if you have a thought you'd like to... I mean, I'm not opposed to, like, mild backseating. I very well may just ignore a suggestion, especially if it doesn't work with what I've come up with so far. The test MRD instruction exists. I mean, I don't know how you expect me to use it, though. When two X's communicate, they both block until they both have completed the communication, either a receiver or a sender. Test MRD just answers the question, if I were to test whether or not the M register is ready, would it be? But it's not blocking in the way that I need it to be blocking. They're sending at different times. How do I line them up now? Well, the problem is that you can only communicate over the M register if you have a connection. And the way that the pager dialing works is you have to drop the connection to make other connections. So all 8 of them aren't accessible at the same time. Otherwise, I would absolutely just have them all big chill and wait for the M register to be ready. That would be a great way to communicate with all of them. But like even in global mode, if there's no path backward, you can't communicate with them. Like, if you look at it, see, this guy is on a pager that's disconnected, so he couldn't get an M message if he really wanted to. Crumsums, thanks so much for the raid, I appreciate it. We're just trying to reason through a solution here. I have some ideas for, like, ways that I could make this work, but they're not particularly elegant ways, and they're not going to be fast, and so I'm trying to think ahead and think about what an optimal solution might look like. Like, I'm perfectly fine just punting on this and doing something that works and just getting through it and then optimizing after, but the only way I can think to really optimize this is to pretend that every file is 12 characters long, which is not a particularly elegant way to go. Because I think this is offsetting me exactly the amount I think it is. I think it's offsetting me by 6 cycles, which makes sense because this file is 3 words longer. I already don't think this is a particularly elegant solution. I feel like I'm gonna get my ass beat by the graphs at the end, but you know. When in Rome, gotta spend money to make money. I don't know what the appropriate adage is for this one. If you like these sorts of optimization puzzles, especially programming-related ones, EXAPUNKS is really good. I've found the challenge to be really enjoyable, and if you're so inclined, the optimization process is really... Yeah, Radamero, I totally get that. I haven't played this in like 2 months, maybe more, because I just kind of like one day didn't, and that was it. That was it for me. Chilled Veins, thank you so much for the resub. The best Zachtronics game is Codex of Alchemical Engineering. Please do not at me about this one. I'm trying to decide a way that is not just pretend every file is 12 characters long. I'm trying to find a way that is not just absolutely giving up on this one and standardizing it that way. Like, there's gotta be a way that I can measure this. Well, okay, hold on. I could certainly just count the length of the file. That's not too hard to do, right? I mean, as I'm writing it out, I've got all this time to wait anyway, for the most part. I can just count it as I go. That would tell me the information I'm missing. The only downside of that is that the last guy would be counting for nothing, because the last guy just needs to go. Of course, I have some concerns in the first place about what the last guy is doing here. What is the state of my last dude? Hold on. I might be already wasting a shit ton of cycles. You have a 1 in your X. You need to not have a 1 in your X, buddy. Well, the problem is because he has 1, this multiplication is going to say wait 21 frames. Or cycles. There's no reason for him to wait 21 cycles. That's stupid. He more or less just needs to go. Rejects, thank you so much for the raid. You've arrived at programming. Oh, would you look at the time? It's programming o'clock. There are if statements. There's a test expression that's pretty robust compared to most assembly languages. You can test whether or not 2 registers are equal, or a register is equal to a value. You can do greater than or less than expressions. It's actually surprisingly robust for an assembly-like language. I just need to figure out. Okay, so here's what I need to work through. I need to figure out how to get the X's to count the length of the file as they're moving through it in such a way so that the last guy doesn't waste any more time. Because if the last guy wastes time counting the length of the file, I mean, I can make it work. I already know how I can make it work right this second. But if I have him count the length of the file, he is wasting his time. Basically, everyone is hinging on writing when he does. Everyone is. So the sooner he gets to writing to the page, the better. That's it. That's all I have to do, is get him to write the page as fast as possible and have everyone match up with him. It's that easy. All I have to do is do the thing I just said. It's so easy. Yeah, you could do something like that, X10. That'd be perfectly fine. I'm kind of like 2 steps ahead right now, because there is at the end of each level there are metrics that it measures you on to tell you how well you did, and one of them is least amount of code. So I'm trying to kind of be mindful of that, of not having sort of annoying branching with duplicated logic. I'll grant you that I'm several steps ahead of myself thinking about that already, but I am thinking about that already. Apparently leaving a pager dialed at the end and not closing that connection is not considered to be leaving a trace. Interesting. Well, you can write, so one of the nice things about this is it's not just like one solution has to optimize for all of those things. You can write a solution that optimizes for cycles, and a solution that optimizes for size, and a solution that optimizes for activity if you really care to. I think I just realized what the fast solution for this is. Is it faster? How long am I holding open a connection right now? Let me answer that question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it wouldn't be better, never mind. Alright, let me just write a solution that works first. These puns are beyond the pale. My send loop is pretty tight now. The problem is I'm already using up some of my registers to do some stuff, which is not great. Okay. Yeah, this music's pretty chill. I do think that they have a good selection of music for just kind of sitting here staring at puzzles. So what I'm thinking is it may be worthwhile to count the length of the file after the read process. I just got to figure out how much that's going to cost me and see if the math works out on this. Let's see. X1X. I'll comment this in a bit, just so I can better understand what I've written. At least before I save this solution, I'll probably comment it. No, that's a bad way to do this. Oops. Gotta stop hitting escape. This is such a strange exercise here. Getting them all to line up based on some variable information. But this is the most efficient place to do this, which is why I'm kind of losing my fucking mind. God, this sucks so much. The process of copying the data I need over actually, doesn't work well for the registers. How do I want to do this? This is such a weird task. It really is. It's such a strange task to me. The problem is only having 2 real registers means that I'm gonna have to shuffle a lot of things around. Like, if I'm going... So, here's the problem I'm running into. I know I'm just sitting here quietly thinking. But the problem I'm running into right now is that if I want to count the number of elements in the file, I have to check for where the end of the file is. And the only way to do that is to use the T register to test end of file. And so, like... doing all the things I need to do with only essentially now 1 register because the other one's spoken for is proving to not be as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought that I could come up with an obvious, inefficient solution, and I still think I can do it, but it would just require a lot more... I mean, I'm really pushing it at this point. The problem is that among the test runs, there's 3 different files, right? There's one that is 12 words long. Yeah, 12. One's 9 words long, and one's 10 words long. So this is the 10 word long, this is 9, this is 12. And those are the only messages that seem to be showing up in the tests, but they cause enough variance to cause problems. I've already tightened up most of these loops as tight as they're gonna get. What if this guy had the numbers. Because right now I'm doing the synchronization by voiding the M register when this one right here sends the M register. So you receive, go send. It's this one right here. But I could receive it similarly. Mostly gain that information from here. It's the synchronization that's killing me here. I mean, that's the... It's kind of the draw the rest of the owl of the problem, but I just can't figure out the little bit of synchronization I'm missing. It's a function of how many characters are in that string. Like what I essentially want to do is right here, when I'm copying data in, I want to manipulate that value in some meaningful way, but it's not obvious to me exactly how. The only reason I'm sending this data, this x1, like the x value over here, is so that it can... so that it can know how long to wait. So is it possible for me to send better data at the beginning? Because X is literally just being used as a counter to keep track of... I mean, if I started at, 200 and subtracted off 10 at a time, I'm gonna get the same result. Or, I guess 80 and subtracted 10 at a time, I get the same result. So, like, I should be able to do the math up front on paper and then get that number where it needs to be. The problem is that I need to be able to figure out how many words there are. Is there a test expression I can use to determine whether or not what I have is numeric or non-numeric. What if I just sent that information at the end of the file, right? What if XB's job at the very beginning was just to count the length of the file first before we do anything else? Okay, count the length of the file first. And then store that value into X, and then adjust X accordingly. The wait loop is 2 cycles long, so I need to take that into account with my calculation, so... And this guy is going to have to be patient. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, actually. It'll sync up properly. So, so if this works, then for the first file, X should be 9. Okay. Stop hitting escape. God, that's just like a weird habit I have from Vim. Still Vim nonsense. Let's see if this works. So that did not work. This is doing the wrong math here. Oh, right, I understand what I was going to do. Then I was going to copy X to F, so now the file has the number at the end. And then copy 8 into X. This doesn't change. It's gonna make the copy longer though by 1. Is that okay? Is that okay for the in service of what I'm trying to do here? Is that all right? It's sort of okay, right? I'm so close. I'm so close I can taste it. Please. So this guy thinks he's 24 away. 26 away. So it's like an off by 1 error in number of loops, I think. So close. So close. What if I just keep that in max? Hold on. Hold on, I think I might have figured it out. I'm a genius. So, okay, so here's the thing. I wasn't able to use the X register. I had to put it in the file because the X register was busy. What if the X register isn't busy? What if I just tell this guy, make as much shit as you want to, it's fine, and then this guy comes in and kills them off when we're done? Stop hitting escape, okay? I wanna type DD in order to delete a line because I'm so used to Vim, and so I'm hitting escape in preparation of doing that. Ugh. The code for the rest of them is failing. I'm not worried about that. I want to make sure that DL comes back and kills both guys. That's what I need. Yes. Yes, correct. Yes, good. And now I don't have to do, like, any of this. This guy can even tell me the number. This might just work. How does this do? I don't presume that I've, like, nailed this, but... This guy's at 66. This guy's at 63. Why is there a weird offset here? So this guy's at 11. This guy's at 14. We're wrong right now, but we'll fix it. 18, 21, 25, 28. Everyone needs to add one.
I'm fudging the math a lot. Like, I'm very much just kind of like brute forcing random arithmetic expressions to try to get what I want out of this. And I need to step back and I need to get it right. So this gives me a count of how long the file is. It actually gives me a little more than that, but nah, that's fine. This value is something that needs to be multiplied by. That's the amount of time it takes for each of these to get in. So like adding to it here is wrong, for sure. These two are desynced on their wait loop. Is that what the problem is? Is I'm catching them at the wrong moments? For an odd length file, is that what's causing the problem? Why do I have a 1 at the beginning of that file?
They are now 2 apart. Okay, everyone's at the same part of their weight loop. Okay, we're synchronized. Is it a race condition that we're running into here? Like, is this guy at the same part of his weight loop now? 63, 61, 59, 50. Okay, awesome. What extra math do I need to do? Why am I not smart enough to be able to figure out this equation? This is not rocket science. They're 2 apart. Why is the ability to do math escaping me at the moment? Stop. I swear to God, stop. That did not work. Same part of the wait loop, no race condition. They're two apart from one another. How can I not figure this out? It's simple arithmetic right now. That's where we're at. It's simple arithmetic. Simple arithmetic is something I'm incapable of, apparently. M is my identity, right? So close. This is inefficient. I just want to see if this works. Shouldn't this do it? No. I'm almost there, though. I know how to write that better. I'm just trying to prove to myself I'm there. Well, it's something. It's something. This could certainly be written better. Somebody, if you're reading this and you're like, holy crap, how is he not seeing the very obvious arithmetic solution? Please just spare me, because just save me from this, because I've been staring at this too long and my brain has turned to jello. It's like super not obvious to me. Why is my ability to add back in that value only using certain registers fucking with me so much? I don't get it. I'm not looking for weird instructions. I'm just looking to get across the finish line. This expression right here gave me a weird offset. Is there some way to rewrite this so that the offset isn't weird? I mean, this is the same thing. This is what I had before that passed. I'm trying to convert this into less stupid. Why am I having to add this value back in? Why am I offset in this way? This is multiplying x by t, then adding in 2 more t's, right? So it's just x plus 2 times t? Okay, slight improvement. How would you do it in 296 cycles? I'm not sure I could get anywhere near there, but still, like... My thought about what would speed this up... Yeah, I just had to write it out. I was being stupid. I don't know why. My brain just turns to mush sometimes. Getting old was such a fucking mistake. I should have stayed 25. Should have stayed 25 for the rest of my life. That would have been so good. You can think of a way to go faster? So my other thought about going faster would be, rather than making all these file copies, having an exa jump in, write all the data from the one master file, then jump out and send in a guy to wait on the page. But I don't actually think that works. I don't think that solution's good. In fact, I'd go as far as to say I think that solution's bad. Because it's basically locking up the dialer from being able to dial the next number. What's your idea, Worse? I'll hear you. I'm hearing it. Join the club, man. Join the club. I feel like I've already done a lot of optimization that has made it pretty fast. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this solution for the most part. Obviously, I kind of go a little nuts over the bar graphs, right? 2 dialing X's could, well, yeah, but then you're still constrained on writing the file, because the dialer X's are actually waiting. That's what this copy T to M is actually for. It's actually for synchronizing the guys trying to go into the pagers. They're blocked on the amount of time it takes to copy the file, which is why at a glance it feels like the right answer should be, okay, don't copy a file then. If you don't have to copy a file, then you're going to be faster. But I don't think that works either. And the only reason I say I don't think that works is because currently you can do at least some concurrent operation by having one file be copied while the next number gets dialed. And you can't do that if you're tying up this connection. So then you're doing things in series. And even if the write ends up faster, I think doing them in sequence is going to be slower than having the individual processes be slower, but doing them in parallel. Yeah, this was originally envisioned just to synchronize the dialer with the writers. And I'm only now leveraging it to actually be a tool I can use. I'm leveraging it so that the dialer sends the ID to each of the X's, since now the X's themselves don't know their ID anymore. The dialer actually does so much work. The dialer dials all the numbers and then comes back and cleans up. These 2 kills are so essential. These 2 kills that are happening here are basically allowing the copier to run unimpeded without needing to know what their ID is, which is really crucial because it frees up a register for me. Trying to think if there's anything obvious I'm missing here, but this really does feel pretty finely tuned. The only way I could eke out a few more cycles, possibly a few more cycles, is the fact that the last one has to enter the wait loop. Like, I have to add one just so that they don't die on the wait loop. And I could eke out like maybe 2 or 3 more cycles by having the last guy never enter the wait loop. But yeah. I could also probably save a handful of cycles if the last one wasn't a copy process, and instead this guy actually knew his ID, so he could just walk out himself with the master file. But I think that's a real bad idea, because not only does it change the math for everything else fundamentally, but then I don't get that free register that I'm actually making pretty good use of. This might be where my optimization stops for this one. 513 is still in the top 10%. If all I cared about was activity, this would be pretty easy to nail. Is 9 easy, actually? You would make the 9 from the start, and they would eat... Okay. You would make the 9 from the start. Or would you? Actually, 9 might be more difficult than I'm giving it credit for. Because a REPL is an activity, and a link is an activity. So just the process of getting from the start to any pager is 2 steps for every single EXO. Actually, getting the top percentiles on activity for this one might be the first one where the activity is interesting. How do you get 9? Isn't... Okay, hold on. I need to check the manual to see if I'm right. How is activity measured? Am I getting this wrong? Am I wrong about what counts as activity?
So
Is
you
it
wanted
just...
to know the
I think
truth.
it's links and kills, right? Is it... Does REPL not count? Maybe REPL doesn't count.
The truth is that you, me, everything, this whole world we live in, it's just a computer program running as part of a machine.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
And as the world gets more complex, it's starting to malfunction. So far, it's been on a smaller scale. The phage, for one example. It wasn't supposed to spread like this. There are other problems coming. Larger ones.
My file copying loop is in 3 cycles, yes.
What we think of as normal life will just get stranger and weirder until nothing makes sense anymore.
If my file copying loop were faster, that would be better, but you... So, unless you, like, recognize the length of the file in advance, you can't really cut that down. I guess you kinda can. If you count the length of the file in advance and then know the length of the file in advance, I guess you could, Yeah, there's certainly... I had considered that the fact that there were 8 pagers might be an indication that some sort of, like, tree copying mechanism might be faster.
Then the laws of physics, not a pretty sight. But we don't have to accept that. There might be a way to stop this future from taking place. I have one final job for you, but you'll have to be brave.
You could cut that down to 2, Could you cut it down to 2? No. No. I think the fastest copy loop is going to be 3. You've got to be shitting me. Real ship of Theseus going on here.